Howdy do, y'all. We just hit maps, and I'm not going to waste y'all's time. I'm just going to hop right into it. So I took Bone Barrier early, and I did that because I picked up a Tavukai early. So I was like, fuck it, we're doing chaos damage already. What's the harm? Because it's just going to eat right through the ES, right? So I spotted my SRS, and I noticed they don't have any energy shield, but the rest of my minions have energy shield. And I spent like 45 minutes racking my brain on why my SRS, because I didn't realize that I had Infernal Legion on, right? So I was like, well, maybe I should test it with another minion. So we suck it in some skeletons. They have energy shield. And I was like, well, how can that be? Because my SRS doesn't, but these do. And then I noticed that the ES starts at 0 and recharges, right? And so because it starts at 0 and we're automatically degenning because of Burning Legion, that means that Burning Legion automatically starts eating life along with the Tavukai, which means that we don't actually have to eat through 40% of energy shield, which is like 80k in the end game. Probably maybe like 80, 85k, depending on how high you scale your minion life, right? That's huge. I just assumed that Infernal Legion was out the window and no longer a possible support, when in fact, you can have 1.5, 1.6 second pops if you just run these two. It wholly negates the energy shield component of Bone Barrier, just entirely. And while, your other minions get to enjoy this nice cushion of energy shield. And so I was like, okay, well, that's very interesting. So I took it off to see how quick the pops were on the Tavukai. Like just the Tavukai. Very interesting. Notice what the Tavukai says. SRS take 20% of their max life per second as chaos damage. Every single chaos damage in the game bypasses energy shield unless there's a caveat to that base interaction. This specifically says it deals chaos damage. Therefore, as the SRS is summoned, they should be recharging energy shield, and the Tavukai should be then eating the life. So you should see the life go down and the energy shield go up. But there's no other possible way for us to be degenning. Here, I'll prove it. Right, without the Tavukai, they start gaining energy shield. Like, immediately. With the Tavukai, they don't get, like, none of their ES is taken away. Or none of their ES is regening. Which is counter to what chaos damage as a baseline is supposed to do, be it player or minion alike. Not that it really matters. Even if this interaction was allowing, like it's supposed to, was allowing the ES to recharge, it wouldn't matter. Because if you're just running Tavukai, you really don't care about the ES anyways. And if you're running Infernal Legion, then you're still not gonna regen any energy shield. Right? You're like, look, there's no energy shield because it starts at 0. So whether you're running both or just one, it's going to be the same thing. So it's not really an issue per se. It's just something that I noticed that when you just run the Tavukai, they still don't spawn any ES. There's no recharge of ES whatsoever, which I thought was very interesting. But the purpose of this video is to let you guys know if you want faster pops, because when I originally read the Bone Barrier line, I was like, well, Infernal Legion's out. I mean, we just can't use it. By the time we eat through 80,000 energy shield, they're already going to be low life from the Tavukai. So there's no point in using this as a support gem for faster pops. You can use it because it starts at 0. So if you guys want quicker pops, absolutely start and continue to use Infernal Legion at your leisure. Because it will help the build feel a lot more snappy. And so I'm going to be running with Infernal Legion, Tavukai, and most likely Ignite Pro Lift just to see how it feels. or I might just run Tavukai with Ignite Pro Lift, just because I've run this setup for the last 5 leagues, and I mean it works well. Ignite Pro Lift is beautiful for our build. So, anyways, that's the video for those that are curious to see some of the interaction. Bone Barrier is not the duration nerf that we thought it was going to be. And so, by all means, use Infernal Legion to your heart's content, and it will make the build feel a lot better along your progression of this build. So that's it. Try to do an update video tomorrow at some point. Like I said, we are in maps, level 65. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Y'all be good. And I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful league start.